So just to wrap up today's session, Si and I thought we'd have just a little discussion about Teams, particularly. How do you make the most of it? How do you make sense of the Teams environment? Because a lot of people view Teams as a direct competitor to Zoom, but it is a very different piece of software. Yes, they both allow you to have calls. Yes, you can run events on them. But when you come to Teams, it is so much more than that. So as Simon showed with Forms, you can embed other Microsoft 365 applications within the Teams environment. And when you look at how to structure your teams, you can put your entire organization within the Teams environment and start to build in security by design. So, Si, what are some of the things that you've seen as potential opportunities from the work that we've been doing with Teams and the people that you speak to?
Yeah, I think it's an interesting question. I think it goes back to something Paul closed with, that actually you're going back to a new job, that our lives are not as they were, and even as we return to work, it's not as it was. And I think with Teams, for me, the biggest opportunity is for people to realize that if they engage with Teams in the right way, it can fundamentally change the way they work and help that process of whether I'm at home or in the office, my environment, the things I've got access to, I can touch and feel, can be the same things. So I think that for me, the ability to reduce and get rid of internal emails in organizations where emails, you can drown in emails. And if you engage in Teams in the right way and structure it in the right way, you can get rid of those. And I think we all want to get rid of emails because it ends up driving us, and I think that's the challenge in our working lives, is that we get driven by what's in the inbox rather than by what actually we should be focusing on and delivering. The other big bit is around files and document sharing and working concurrently on documents. That can really cut through in the time frame to get finished pieces of work out. And what might have taken weeks of emails toing and froing, I've made these changes, what do you think? Again, if you use Teams right, you can cut through that through an hour shared conversation, and we've done that within Maximity as well. And I know every time I train on that with Teams, people get excited about how it works and the look and feel of it. And I think the other thing that we talk about a bit is, in almost every business, there are gaps in the way in which we work. We're frustrated. We're much frustrated with the system we've got, or I've got 3 systems, but there's a bit in the middle that just doesn't do it for me, and therefore we do workarounds, and we've got paper, and we've got all email flow. Things like Power Apps and Power Automate can really help to fill those gaps in a very economical way, and we've done that for a few clients recently. And had just really positive feedback from some of that. So I think it is understanding probably what is in that Microsoft 365 pot that you've got to pull upon, and if you can understand all those elements, you can start to maximize the way you work.
Yeah, it's very true, isn't it? There are so many productivity tools that sit within the Office 365 suite. It's just that people don't know that they're there, or they don't know how to leverage some value for them. So we've covered Forms today. We covered Planner last month. We've had a look at Teams and some of its functionality in previous episodes of Last Resort Support. All of these are tools that Microsoft are developing because they understand that businesses need to be more productive. And I'm hearing a lot about people saying, we need to improve our efficiency. We need to cut time out of the processes that we've got. We need to just make our business work in a different way in this new world. We need to save time. We need to save money. And Microsoft are providing a lot of productivity tools that just allow us to do it. and they're within your subscription. So as long as when you looked at Paul's subscription levels, you could see what was in there. As long as you've got the right subscription for your organisation, you've got those tools in it. So you've got your files in one place, you've got your conversations in one place. As you say, we're starting to reduce our reliance on emails, which everybody just finds so stressful to use. So taking it out of that environment and making it more conversational and making it something that follows the way that people work makes a big difference, I think.
Absolutely.
So, yes.
And I don't think that within your teams, within teams, there's no one way of doing it. I think that's the other bit in there, which is, you know, having the conversation about this is what I'm trying to achieve. You know, I think that's the important piece. So if you're running a project, there are elements of teams you're going to want to use to help support running a project, but that will be very different to if you've got a different client conversation going on. Then the elements that can help in that will be different. And I think it's having that understanding and cherry picking the things that help you to be efficient.
Absolutely, and that, you know, that's one area where we're starting to help a lot more clients in, isn't it? It's understanding how they can use that team's environment to their advantage. So for example, for us, because we deal with a lot of clients, we build a team per client, and on that basis we can include them in the conversations if they want to get hold of us, if they've got a question, if they want to share some files or documents with us. It's so easy and so quick because they just pop them in the team and we get that straight away. So it increases the opportunity for collaboration and it decreases the amount of time spent waiting for an email to come or finding that the attachment was too big so it's got stuck in Exchange and won't come through. All those kinds of irritations start to go when you have a proper collaborative environment that sits within teams. So if there is anything that we can help people with, you know, we are more than happy to have that conversation with you. Please feel free to reach out to us.